How's everybody doing? I'm Jeremy Jones. This is
Leanne.
your last name?
No.
Oh, okay. So we just wanted to kind of come up on here as ourselves. We're just launching this new YouTube channel, Carrot to Karaoke. But truthfully, Carrot to Karaoke, we didn't just meet and go out like I was telling her a little earlier. This all didn't just come about where we met six and a half, six and maybe like 2 months, 6 years, 2 months ago. So working into 7 years together. Met December 17th, 2018 on Tinder. I swiped right, and it was the right swipe. Um, as far as on my behalf, that's how I feel. But what I was gonna say was, it wasn't like we just first met and then I ran out or she ran out. We bought 50 wigs and 50 costumes and started dressing up and singing and trying to monetize on YouTube or social media platforms, TikTok, on Facebook, etc. Um, this all started six 6+ years ago. How did it start, babe?
Six. 6+ years?
6+ years, just like that.
6 years.
6 years, okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, 6 years, 1 month.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
You gotta remember the 1 month.
6 years, 1 month.
Yeah.
So how did it all start?
What, me and you?
Yeah,
Um, I just told him. You swiped right.
I swiped right, but yeah, I
And I
mean,
swiped back.
give them a little more insight than that, though. Like, like we started talking, I swiped right, you hit me back. What?
You started, you swiped right,
You
I
must have
swiped
liked what you
back.
saw.
No, not
Go
at
ahead.
all.
Go ahead. I'm listening. You're
Um,
listening.
so, I'm just trying to remember. So we first started talking. We talked for a little bit, and then after that, we finally, he was trying to get me to meet him at the gym, and I don't know, I felt kind of weird going to the gym to meet him.
I was just trying to do like a public place, you know what I'm
No, I
saying?
know. And then I finally went to meet him up at where after he got out of work, because he was working at the gym. Um, I met him up at his house, got out of the car, he came over and hugged me right away. And I was like, wow, this is weird. But at the same time, it felt like I knew him for a long time. And um, so we hung out for a little while, and then I ended up going home and um, told him, make sure you call me tomorrow. You better call me tomorrow. And here we are, 6 years later.
Yeah, something like that. I'll, I'll give you guys a little more detail, a little more insight into it. So basically, like, let me rewind a little bit. Like I was saying, I'm Jeremy, she's Leanne. I'm 48, Leanne's 51. We are 40 plus YouTubers. Um, decided to launch a YouTube channel, Carrot to Karaoke. Um, we always like, even when we weren't doing karaoke or Carrot to Karaoke that you're going to learn about and see very shortly. But when we started first seeing each other and stuff like that, some of the stuff that we used to do hanging out was like, I noticed like right away was our souls, or we instantly loved music. You know what I mean? And we liked some of the same genres of music. So a lot of pastime was just like hanging out, playing music, dancing, singing. She'd either pick up the words to a song, I pick up the words to a song, play cards, have a few drinks, watch a movie, stuff like that. But Carrot to Karaoke was like this thing that circles full circle to fast forward to today. But we're gonna step back in time and go back to like when we first met. But to fast forward, to give you a little bit of insight on what we're doing, is Carrot Karaoke is a full-fledged experience of any character you can think of. We do. You know what I'm saying? Like, Leanne's done Whitney. She's done covers of Celine Dion. I've done Lionel Richie. I've done Prince. I've done
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton. The list goes on. James Brown. Um, and we don't claim to be professional singers or any of that. We just enjoy singing. We love music.
It's all a lot of fun.
It's all out of fun. It was something that we came across this past summer, 2023, summer of 2023, where summer 2024. I'm sorry, correct me.
Yeah.
But summer of 2024, we came across with just an idea to like press our live kind of. I think it started with Facebook, and it was a deal of like you won't do Tennessee whiskey, and like we were having a few drinks in the backyard. It's 90 degrees, beautiful day, right around like July time, and truthfully, like I shared with Leanne early, like later on into our relationship, and then around that time of us launching, doing that, I shared with her when I was coming up. I was a freshman in high school, and I always wanted to do things a little different. I always felt like I wanted to be maybe a singer. I got into those type of things. I always danced like I was a Michael Jackson generation kid, or like a Prince, or all the entertainers like of the 80s and the 90s. So I got into chorus. I was a tenor my freshman and sophomore year in high school, and I also played basketball. So they kind of conflicted a little bit with practice time. So my high school coach comes to me one day after he realized I had a lot of potential to play basketball at a high level, and had a lot of drive, and was gifted with some things. So he says to me, he says, "Sorry, Jones, but I think you got to make a decision between one. Either you're going to sing or you're going to be a basketball player." And out of the two at the time, I just took the road of, obviously basketball was right there to play, and singing was a chorus in high school and stuff like that. But I went the basketball route. And that's where singing kind of first landed with me, 14, 15 years old. I just took love to it, and always loved to sing and perform. Um, and then when I was 14, 15 years old, me and a friend of mine, we got into doing Halloween skits and doing Halloween characters. We got offered, a job up at a haunted trail in Bellingham, Massachusetts, to work at a spook trail that had already been open for like 30 years. We went there when we were kids, get chased through the woods. So when I was around 15, 16 years old, this opportunity opened to go audition for Jason, or like any of your costumes or whatever. So long story short, I went out with a buddy of mine, Zeke Fortier, and we went out there. We were like 15, 16 years old. Went out there, performed for the guys. The guys laughed at us because they said, "Oh, why'd you come in all dressed up? All we were looking for do was get some volunteers, and we were gonna put you in costume anyway." So they got a kick out of like we were all revved up and we got dressed like it was like July and we're dressed up for Halloween. Like, so anyway, long story short, on that one, that's where the character dressing came in. I did that for about. I still do that up to this day. So I've done that for like the last 33 years, like 30 years. I've always loved like around Halloween time. We build our own haunted houses. We have that in common too. So I'm gonna stop there with my sharing part of it. I'm gonna try to cross over with the conversation here, give you a little bit of chance to speak. But let's rewind to the time where I was in Essex, Massachusetts, and the love of my life sitting here, Leanne, drives up my driveway. I swipe right on Tinder. She hits me back. I send her a picture from my gym that I'm working at the time, coaching out of, and in Topsail, Mass, doing individual lessons and stuff like that. That's what I do. I teach the game, and I coach high school, middle school, etc. So she comes up my driveway and pulls in, and I probably had like 3 or 4 twisted teas at the time, so I had a little bit of a buzz. I was nervous before she got there, but the third or fourth one, I got a little bit of courage now, so I'm like, I can't wait till she gets here, and I'm all excited for her to pull up and stuff. And she pulls up, and she's got these blue tips, and her hair's all done up, all nice and blonde, with these blue tips, and she's got these baby blue nails on, and like and she's got the drip. You know what I mean? She pulls up. I'm like, okay, I can work with this. And then I look, and she had that bubble sticking out the back. I was like, oh boy, lordy, I love it. So, so I give her a hug, and like instantly when we hugged in that moment, it was like, man, why does this feel like I'm hugging somebody that I had known for like 30 years, or like since childhood or something. So it was like our souls had instantly connected. That brings us to this point today. But go ahead.
Even when we were talking, even before I met you, like I had that vibe whenever we whenever we talk, like
Yeah, yeah,
we
yeah,
knew each other for a long
because
time.
we had talked for like a good month on the phone before we met.
No.
No, how
No,
long? How
probably
long?
like maybe a week, week
Really?
and a half. Yeah, it wasn't all
I
that
broke you
long.
down that quick?
Oh, please. God.
No,
Yeah, because you kept hounding me.
let me just say
Come,
one.
come to the gym. Come here. Come.
Let me just say one thing. We're up in New England, so we just had a snowstorm last night. So we both. She worked today. I went out and did snow removal. And then she got off work early and came help me finish my snow removal. I'm self-employed. I run a landscape company of my own, and then I do snow removal, and I also coach basketball. She's a full-time employee, and she also works with me landscaping, snow removal, and she does customer service for Home Depot here in New England. So we had a long day. Excuse the laundry in the backdrop and our appearances. Like, we just wanted to come on here and be authentic. We wanted to like really start this off, like our YouTube channel off with you just guys just getting to know us, because I'm not cocky at all. Neither is she. We're very humble. We're not some young kids that are up on here like, look at us, or any of that type of stuff. We really want to share what worked for us, and like finding like second love, because Leanne was married before, I was married before. She has children from her previous marriage. I have children from my previous marriage. Both were two souls that were kind of just like existing, weren't looking like to jump into anything really heavy at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just so happened to when
The connection was there.
the strong connection was there, and like the love. So like, love is undeniable. You know what I'm saying? So it was like one of those things where everything just felt right, and we took a second chance at love. You know what I mean? Because sometimes in life,
And especially, being in our 40s at the time, and it's hard.
it's not
It's
easy.
hard.
It's not
It's
easy.
hard to find.
It's not easy to find somebody else out there, and like we were talking about, like we're 40 plus YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? Like, we do this, and our content as we start to launch it and release ourselves to you, to the world, the YouTube world, and to the social media platforms of who we are and what we do with Carrots Karaoke, and our purpose behind it, to lift people up, put smiles on faces, to be a dreamer, never let go of your inner kid in you. Always believe in love and have faith that things will work out. All these things that we try to stand for with our product of Carrot to Karaoke. And when you'll see some of our performances and how we have fun with it, and it lifts us up, it brings us closer together. It's like it's an excoriating feeling when we do some of our shoots, because we can't stop laughing, we can't stop smiling. The rush that we get sometimes from doing it.
After I'm done doing it, I have like the worst headache.
Yeah, because I mean the intensity of it.
Adrenaline,
You know what I'm saying? The
and
adrenaline
frustration and trying to,
Because I mean we're only we are no huge social media like platform, or like celebrities, or like have this like huge production company. We are two people, and we've been doing
trying
this.
to do everything.
We've been rocking like this for 6 years and 1 month. You know what I'm saying? Like, just two people doing everything. Like, me and Leanne started my landscape company together when COVID hit. I mentioned earlier, I coach basketball. I moved here to the New England area. I moved up this way from my previous marriage 7+ years ago, and I moved up this way from my divorce with four trash bags with a room to come to. Like, you know what I'm saying? My high school coach, who coached me in high school, offered me a position to move out here away from my bad situation. Just wasn't working relationship wise, and things happen like that. Nothing bad to say about my kid's mother, nothing bad to say about any of it. It just, sometimes things don't work out, and that's what happens. But getting into the part of when I first arrived here, didn't know Leanne. I arrived here with 4 trash bags with the clothes on my back. I had no vehicles, I had no business, I had no money, I had no Carrot Karaoke. We had none of this. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to come up on here with Leanne. We wanted to come up on here and kind of give you the layout and kind of let you guys authentically, truly get to know us and what we stand for. Like I was getting back to, let me get back to that is like COVID hit. I was coaching basketball. I was thinking about this earlier. I was making like probably for the first month I moved here, Barboza, my old high school coach, he didn't even have, are you paying attention here?
Yeah.
He didn't even have, I know I'm doing a lot of talking.
I was looking at my dog back there, seeing what he was doing, that's all.
What I was going to say was, when Barboza didn't even have like clients lined up for me at first. That all had to take place and I had to be introduced to people here and do individual lessons and gain a little bit of a reputation and let people get to know me and put my face around and introduce myself, then work with people's children and show my talents and see if they like my set of skill work as far as developing players, and all that eventually took time to develop. In the process of that, 2017, 2018, 2019, I finally got a little bit of momentum and had some clientele, started to make a few bucks, but I also was paying for a 1-bedroom that was taken right out of my check. So let me give you an example. Like if I had a $350 check for the week, 150 to 175 of that would just come out from my 1-bedroom that was in like a 4-bedroom type of like townhouse that had all different coaches in it, and that chunk would come out of my check, and then I had to survive off of like 150 bucks a week. You know what I mean? 7 days, 150 bucks to eat, all this type of stuff. So the grind was slow to get started. Then COVID hit. Leanne, at the time when I met her, she was waitressing at the Dockside, which is like a bar/lounge, like food restaurant, making tips, and she did pretty well for herself.
And I was working both at the Dockside, and then I took on Dunkin' Donuts.
And took on Dunkin' Donuts because I had just moved here, so I had no footing. I really didn't know too many people. I had no vehicle like to get around. So she's got her children. She's integrated here. I just meet her, and now I'm trying to get momentum and get footing, and So the process to like become, financially stable, be able to get my own life together, still sustain child support, being able to provide for my children, all those things that I had to do back then, was not easy at all. It was a grind. It was a true grind. And that's when I truly found myself in those moments of struggle to like, okay, well, what else can I do? What else skill set do I have? Innovative thoughts, or, networking, or, anything I could do to try to survive without having to like obviously hurt anybody else, or like, legitimately. And COVID hit, everything got shut down, like we all know, around the country, around the world. COVID hit 2020, the gym got shut down. I had no stream of income. At the time, I was cutting 1 or 2 lawns, probably Barboza, my high school coach's lawn, for like 40 bucks a week with his mower. And then his neighbor had a lawn, she gave me 50. So I would go there on a Friday when he paid me my $350, and I'd make the extra 90 for cutting his lawn and her lawn every week. So that added a little shine to my paycheck. So now, instead of $350, I'm closer to $500. Then I take the 150 from my room fee. I'm surviving now on $350. So now I'm growing a little bit. But then COVID hit, and that $350, $400 I guaranteed from just coaching, teaching basketball lessons went out the window. And then all I had was that $90 I could still rely on to like live off of, those 2 people. So here I am every Friday, still COVID hits. I'm showing up to their places. And finally, the next door neighbor to my high school coach, she says, hey, my father has a property. Would you be interested in cutting it, cleaning it, doing a spring cleanup, trim job, blah, blah, blah. And I says, I sure would. And before you knew it, Leanne had gotten laid off, and like her things got shut down with COVID, and me and her were just in her vehicle at the time. She had a Chrysler 200, 2016 Chrysler, right? And here we are, landscaping out of a Chrysler 200 4-door sedan car. It was like the funniest thing to see. I found a free mower at Kevin Barbosa's house in his like cul-de-sac area out towards Boxford area, Massachusetts. I seen this mower just sitting on the side of the road, and it said free on it. And I says to my girl, I says to Leanne, I says, and she had her car at the time. I had no vehicle yet. And I says, well, baby, look at this mower. We need a mower. If we have a mower, we can get more lawns. And it had free on it. And I says, what do you think? What's the chances it works? I get out, thing starts right up. So now we unscrew it, we break it down, take the handle off of it. The thing about the 2016 Chrysler 200 had a decent sized truck, a decent sized trunk. You know what I mean? So now I break the mower down, I put it inside of there, and now we have a mower, and the rakes will be in the back seat, the weed whacker will be back there, the blower will be back there, and now we're cutting lawns, trying to do little small cleanups. Maybe 5 or 6 people, you know, few bucks, getting by. COVID hit, and the phone never stopped ringing. It was like a blessing in disguise. The phone didn't stop ringing. We landed our first big job. It was like 5 or 6 grand, 7 grand maybe. That was Chris's house. No. Before that was the one we landed with the riprap up on a hill. We had to run like 15 tons of riprap up this hill. And we bought 2 wheelbarrows that were in boxes that we had squeezed in our back seat. And I took all the tools, like the ratchets, everything to the job. And we pulled the boxes out, if you remember, with the shovels and everything. And we built the wheelbarrows right there on site. Mm-hmm. And now we have Jeremy, we have her son Jared, Tyrone, Justin, Jada, my son Doodles. We had like all our kids. The job was like probably, I'd walk away with like 8 grand, I think, after I paid everybody and bought the material. And that was gonna be the truck money. So now it's like 95 degrees. We got like 3 cases of water out there. The kids are running wheelbarrow after wheelbarrow. We're rip-wrapping this whole hill. I'll put up pictures one day of this job. Massive job. I still sometimes look at it like, how do we pull that off? How is, sometimes you gotta be desperate. Sometimes the bottom gotta fall out. Sometimes you gotta be pushed into a corner. You know what I'm saying? And you'll figure it out. You'll make it out. You know, like sometimes you got to be pushed into those corners, man, to fight adversity. We put the wheelbarrows together right there on the job. We had the job done in like 3 days. Got the money, bought a truck, and like that started us, you know? That started us.
I think we did pretty well with just having a friggin' car.
Oh, we were knocking it out at first with the car. But in order to get to that next level of where we got to now, in order to get there was like, we needed like that one breakthrough job. And I remember that rip-rap job, like we were putting wheelbarrows together. And then after we got that job done, we drove over, then we were on Marketplace, and now we're looking for a pickup. We're looking for a pickup. Finally, we found the pickup, and we looked around for like a month to find the right one, a good one. Yep. And we spent like $5,600, I think I paid for the first one, something like that. Maybe 64 with everything, with taxes and all that stuff and registration. But that was our first pickup truck that got, you know, Jones Landscaping and got us off the ground running. Well, we wanted to share a little bit of, you know, pieces of ourselves. I hope you guys took something from this tonight. Like I was saying, we're Carrots Karaoke. You'll be seeing a lot of us. This is all brand new to us. Hopefully this is all brand new to you. Please excuse the background back here, but we want to just come on here and be real with you guys and let you know love really still is out there. If you're on your second, your third, your fourth relationship, marriage, whatever it be, true love really is out there, and dreams are true. You know what I'm
Once you
saying?
find it, don't let it go.
Don't let it go. Hold on to it. Use it. Don't abuse it. You know what I'm saying? Till next time, tune back in. We're going to share some more with you. We're going to keep pushing forward. Please like, share, and subscribe. We love everybody. God bless. Keep pushing.